been an amazing tour. It's been a brutal tour, to be honest with you. The conditions have been very, very difficult because we're not traveling with a crew. We're not traveling with our own gear. Obviously, we're all very used to having our own gear and our own crew with us. So it's been tough conditions, and we've overcome them. I guess if we can overcome these conditions on this tour, we could do anything. But you know, the hour and a half on stage every night has been magical. I mean, the musical chemistry between the four of us is pretty obvious. We all enjoy playing with each other, and you know, that hour and a half on stage each day, the other 22 and a half hours of frustrations goes out the window, and it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters are those 90 minutes on stage, and we've been enjoying it, and the fans have been enjoying it, and those 90 minutes that's what it's all about.
It's been tough. In one respect, the traveling has been real tough. Traveling, you know, is really, that's always the worst thing about every tour, always. Getting up on stage and playing is great, but after you leave or to get to the next stage is always a big pain in the neck. So we may do it again. If we do, we're going to do it in Europe, like with a tour bus, and do it properly. With this time we flew in, everything, and flying is just hell. Airlines are just so evil and terrible and horrible. I hate them.
One thing led to another, and we put together 5 weeks worth of dates, like 20-something shows, all throughout Europe, Pacific Rim, and ending here in Japan, with the final show being in New York City. And it's been a great tour. I mean, we've had some really good shows. It's been a little tough for us traveling-wise because we're flying everywhere a lot of times on the days of the shows, but overall, it's been worth it because of the crowd reaction and just seeing the potential of what this could be, you know.
Oh, we had a riot. Every day was some new catastrophe, and after a while you had to laugh at it because you can't keep pushing against it after a while. There's nothing you can do about it. But we got to some places where they just said everything was wrong, and the gear was set up wrong, and it was the wrong gear and the wrong time. Italy was kind of a catastrophe. I had a gig in Rome, and it was a terrible gig for me. My amp was right here, and I was like right up against it, and the drums were here, and the audience was here. So every time I moved, cameras and autograph pencil shit would be stuck in my face. And every time I turned this way, the bass would feed back. And I just tried to get through the night just by standing there. But sometimes adverse conditions like that, they build character. And here comes right in front of you now.
I am sorry.
So see now you know it's real. It's real.
I gotta say, this has been one of the craziest tours that I've been a part of ever. I could look at the itinerary, and every one of the shows, starting from Poland all the way down to here in Japan, every one of those shows has a story. Usually experiences that were frustrating or nightmare. I mean, just something gone wrong. There was never a dull moment on this tour. I think a lot of it is because we weren't traveling with a crew. So, you know, we just dealt with Spinal Tap moments every single step of the way, every day. If you're looking for specifics, I don't know. I don't know if they're ones I want to repeat. I think they're probably best to be forgotten. But there's been a few incidents that have been documented on YouTube that I'll probably never live down. I'm so sorry, Manila crew guys. I'm so sorry. Please, I'm a nice guy, I swear. Next time, I promise I'll bring my drum tech with me. But there were incidents literally every day. And unfortunately, now in this day and age, they're all captured by the fans and put on YouTube. So we'll never be able to forget them or live them down. Well, this lineup came about beginning of 2012, I got asked to do some drum shows, and the people putting on those drum shows asked me to put together whatever band I wanted, any dream band. And this was the dream lineup I thought of, and asked Tony and Derek and Billy if they were interested and available, and they came on board. And originally this was supposed to just be for those 2 one-off drum shows. We were going to play at the NAMM show and some Guitar Center show.
For the last NAMM show, I had the idea of putting the 4 of us together to play some shows for drum events, like for Tama. And we played those 2 shows, and the audience just went crazy, and it was just an obvious chemistry between the 4 of us. And so once those shows were over, I mean, it was like an obvious no-brainer to me that we need to take this out, take this music to the people, and put a proper tour together. So I took the initiative and put feelers out to some of my promoter friends, and everyone was very excited about it. And I just came back to the guys and said, guys, we have the option to do this. And it was all, let's do it.
We just, I've been friends with all these guys, with Mike and Derek and Tony for a long, long time. Tony, I've known the longest. We did his first record with him. We toured together with Steve Vai, played together in a bunch of situations. I knew Derek, but I'd never actually worked with him before. And of course, I worked with Mike on a zillion projects too. So when they came to ask me about it, basically it was just going to be for Sabian Day, like Cymbal Company was having a day, and Mike was going to play drums. So why don't you join me? We'll do a couple songs. Okay, just for fun. It was a NAMM show, a music trade show. So we did it. It was a blast. We did another show at the NAMM show, the same thing. And then so Derek had the bright idea, and he said, "Oh, how about if I call some promoters like in Europe and see if somebody wants to book this?" And I go, well, we figured, probably not, but go ahead. And so it turns out they were really excited and interested, and they wanted us to come. So I said, sure, let's do some more shows. So we basically, in my mind, it's just playing with some old friends.
Well, I thought it was a pretty cool idea because, we've all worked together in different bands, and indirectly we've all been friends, with each other. And so I thought it was a pretty interesting chemistry. My very first record I ever did, I Took Insanity, had Billy Sheehan on it, Steve Smith. And it just seemed like a natural progression to I've worked with so many great drummers from my very first record to every record I've ever done, And playing with Mike is a continuation of that. And there's a lot of great energy in this band. And it's been one heck of a run, a tiring run, but, we got there, and here we are today.
We went through Europe to places like Russia and Israel and Romania, and then through Asia, places like Thailand and the Philippines, where it was difficult. But once we got to Japan, it was very comfortable. And we knew, filming the show in Tokyo, we knew it would be good conditions technically. And sure enough, it was. And I think that's good because this DVD, you're getting to see us pretty much at the end of the tour, where we're very comfortable now with each other, musically and personally. We put out a DVD last year at the start of this project that basically filmed us in the studio in rehearsals for the one-off gigs. And that DVD, you're seeing us literally only on the second day of ever having played together. Whereas this DVD, you're really seeing a month on the road, and you're seeing us very comfortable with each other and with the music. Here we are. So it went from kind of a one-off project to now, I guess, like a real band.
Tokyo, you guys were awesome. Thank you. See you again soon. Thank you.